Okay, Ragnarok here. So last night I found a way to get the cloak into Act 2, and here is how we're gonna do it. So we can't do anything with it as of yet. We haven't been able to figure anything out, but if somebody wants to mess with it, all you have to do is throw on the cloak as Tor, and you're gonna run into this cutscene trigger that starts to fade out to black and start spamming the force unequip, so either circle or R2 or both. You'll hear the uncloak sound very briefly, and then you'll go through the cutscenes for Act 2 regularly. At the beginning of Act 2, you'll see a very brief white flash, and we'll go from there. You heard the toot there. Go through the cutscenes like normal, and there was that white flash. And so what we're gonna have to do is, if you go in your inventory, you'll see the cloak is quote-unquote equipped, but don't mess with it. So it'll be right there. If you equip it, per se, it'll just de-equip the cloak and you'll no longer have it. But if we make a save, and then load that save, we will have 2 copies of the cloak in our inventory. And so we'll start off as normal Roberta, and ideally we would probably do this save like in the library or something, but this is just for demonstration. And if I go in there and equip the cloak, I have the cloak on. And right now we can't force unequip it or anything, because we don't have any way to do so without the wand. So we have to go get the pieces for the wand and get the wand. In order to reset our cloak glitches, the way that I've found to be 100% consistent to do it is that you have to have the cloak, you have to force unequip it once you get the wand, and then you can start doing cloak glitches after you pick up something new from that point. Picking up something new here, like all these pieces for the wand, doesn't seem to have any real effect on whether or not you can do cloak glitches. Deesh was saying that the sleeping in the bed resets cloak glitches, but I didn't have luck with it, though I only tried it the one time. So we can mess around with that as well. I do know, however, you have to force unequip the cloak at least once for the glitches to be able to reset. So none of this is going to be able to change, unfortunately, this early. So at this point, we're just going through Act 2 like normal. And so the ideas we were playing with for resetting our cloak glitches, assuming the bed doesn't work for whatever reason, we could either go pick up the dark mode at the back of the library when we're doing the wand training with Saradar, which would be slower, at least here, but it might save a little bit of time for trials, maybe, but I doubt it, unless we can find something in the library that we have to do anyway. We could do picking up the storm or the fog mode in Roberta's room, and that should set it up. And this is all assuming you get the text box to reset it as normal, just like with the negs. We could do the... We could come out and buy any number of items, including like the spider potion from the potion merchant where we normally buy the Mirka speed potions, because we have just enough to buy that, or a few other things. So I'll go ahead and get this. We'll force unequip it, and I'll start the cutscene with Saradar. And so right now, if I go and try to do a cloak glitch, say a mega jump, it won't work. But if I come over here and pick up this dark mode, for example, and get the cutscene for it, and I come try and do it again, we can do cloak glitches again. I hit the thing, but there we go. So we had myself, Deesh, and Jax were looking at this last night, and we were able to find not a whole lot. Deesh found that you can't really do a whole lot inside of the main area of Act 2 due to the whole problem with there not being a loading zone to load the... Interesting. Never tried that before. Interesting. You can't force load in the clock tower from anything we could find with any of the loading areas. It has to be a trigger to allow it to unlock, and you seemingly can't load it back in from out of bounds. We tried ledge flying off the bottom of this staircase and then running out of bounds to the bed, but it seemed to be just about 3 seconds slower in my testing. We have tried starting a cloak dash off this Kachek, but no luck for me at least. We tried ledge flying off of one of those tables and running to the bed, and that didn't have much luck. Chow's had an idea of using one of those tables to either ledge fly out of that area or speed clipping off the plant where that slow minion is in Act 2, and then going out of bounds there and doing cloak dashes over until we're near the trigger for the endless staircase door. We didn't have much luck with that. The one thing that I have found is ledge flying through this wall at a low angle will pop you here, and jumping into this hallway right here. This is the jail cutscene that Jordana's in that will soft lock you if you don't have the cloak, if you're doing this out of bounds. Chalice had the idea like 30 minutes ago, it looks like, to instead drop in there, hit the cutscene from in there, and then ledge fly out on that table in there, which might be faster than doing it like this and going into this hall. If this is faster to do it this way, going into this is gay baby jail, and you can't really get out of that. But that'll just upwarp us here. I don't think we found anything meaningful in Clock Tower, and any of the doors we could hit, like the endless staircase door and going out of bounds and hitting the regular staircase door that we came in through, both are locked. And let's see. We need to hit an endgame flag, we think, to load in the Act 4 portal. So we can't do anything with that, even though we can go over there. So if you can find anything, great. Let us know, please. I want this to be worth it. But for now, adios.